Thanks for keeping it here on Everyday Kentucky. I'm Amber Kanoy, and Vanessa Vale is with us once again discussing all things real estate. And now we're talking about those inspections.
Yes.
We've got home inspections, we've got VA inspections.
Right. And we did a whole segment just on home inspections, which was interesting because, again, it's a topic I can talk about, for hours. But with VA inspections, if a buyer is qualified for a VA loan, which is a fabulous opportunity for VA to have the VA loans, a lot of times the lender will tell them, well, it has to go through a VA inspection. And a lot of times people get that confused, especially first-time home buyers, if they've never been through the process before. They get that confused with VA inspection with a home inspection, and they're two completely different things. So the contract, if it's a VA contract, it will be sent into the appraisal system for a VA appraisal to be done on it. So a VA appraisal is different than a conventional or FHA appraisal. So certain appraisers only do VA appraisals, and so when they come out, they are the ones who technically are looking for certain items of what they would call the VA inspection to report back to the lender. So they look for safety items, and a VA, an appraiser is only at the property for maybe 30, 40 minutes max.
Wow.
They're not there very long. They're there to take pictures, take their notes, and then they go back to their computer, and that's when they really spend the hours putting it together. But it's really important to know that when they say VA inspection, they're only looking for certain things, and they're only at the property for, like I said, 30, 40 minutes. A home inspector is going to be at the property for at least 2.5, 3 hours, maybe 4 hours,
Oh, wow.
depending on the property. So they're getting very detailed into looking at things that the appraiser is not going to see. So yes, it is important to know that there are certain, if the VA appraiser flags certain things for a VA inspection, that those items will be required to be fixed before we can close on it. But the home inspection is a lot more detailed, and so you don't want to bypass that. I've had first-time home buyers say, "Oh, I don't need to pay for a home inspection. I don't need to do a home inspection because it's going to pass the VA inspection." But like I said, it's not as detailed, and you really want to do that full home inspection.
All right. Of course, if people have questions, I'm sure they probably do.
Yeah, absolutely. 859-806-8253, and you can connect with me at vanessavale.com.